Hello everybody and welcome to Astro Updates with Gretchen Hidell. I haven't done one of these week-long videos in a little while, and there are two big things that are going on this week. Firstly, on the Wednesday the 21st, the sun is going to be moving into the astrological sign of Cancer, and that's also our summer solstice. On the same day, Mercury is going to be moving into the sign of Cancer, and they usually, this is kind of unusual. They usually don't do this at the same time. So the sun is actually going to form a conjunction with Mercury all on this Wednesday day. And so we're getting a lot of home and family, home and family. The sign of Cancer is considered to be home and family, domestic endeavors, mothering, sisters, daughters, it's females. Definitely associated with the matriarch of the family, whether that be your own mother or, your own mothering skills if you are a mom. And hey, I know a lot of Cancerian men who are mothering or nurturing men. And so it doesn't mean that it's you lose your man card because you're a Cancer. It just means that you're a little bit more nurturing and sometimes sensitive. Cancer tends to be associated with being sensitive because it is the crab. And, crabs need to protect themselves. And so they have pinchers and they have, they run kind of diagonally and they hide a lot. And so Cancers tend to be a little bit more shy, unless if you have some other planets in your chart that are more extroverted. Cancers tend to be that way. And so we're going to be spending a month-long endeavor in the sign of Cancer. And so that's fun. And Mercury being there as well, now we're thinking and talking like a Cancer. And so both of those planets forming a conjunction in the sky on Wednesday is also making this day conducive to giving a presentation and a talk and a speech and all those things. So this particular summer solstice is actually going to be more powerful as a result of that. Now, here's the thing. I say summer solstice. That's because in the northern hemisphere, when the sun moves into Cancer, it means that it's the start of summer. But if you're in the southern hemisphere, it means the start of winter. So that's how we kind of mark these things. And in astrology, people say, a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't use astrology, but we actually do use these markers as a way of knowing when the seasons are changing and all those types of things. So people unconsciously use these markers in time. It's like a marker in time. Now, Friday is another thing on June 23rd, where the moon will actually move into the sign of Cancer. So we have some more Cancerian energy this week. And then it'll be the new moon. So what does that mean? New moon is when the sun and the moon are in the same sign. So they're on top of each other and they're conjunct in the sky. Conjunct meaning on top of. And so that's happening at 10:31 p.m. Eastern time. So obviously earlier if you're on the West Coast. And so that's more Cancerian energy. And that I always tell people that's a great time to write out your new moon manifestation list. Now, what is that? People who follow me know what I mean by that. But basically, it means that you're going to write out your intentions, things that you would like to manifest, and you're going to basically write it out and then put it under your pillow for 2 weeks and then dispose of it in some way, shape, or form. I like to burn my list. I live out in the country, so I can do such things. I like to burn my list on the full moon, but you want to shred it or dispose of the list in some way. But this is a great time for manifesting new things. So if we think about the Farmer's Almanac, new moons are a time when you would plant new things. So it's like you're planting new seeds, new intentions, all those things, so that you can basically harvest what you would like. And that's using astrology to its fullest. It's all about timing. And so this is a good time to be able to do those things. Now, I always say leave the how off of the list and just concentrate on what it is you would like. Even if it seems maybe impossible or outlandish, you want to put that on there because at least you want to start pulling that into your energy and your consciousness. So for instance, sometimes people say, I'd like to win $1 million in the lottery. Well, you're dictating how. First of all, you're dictating the amount. And second of all, you're dictating how, the vehicle for which that money is coming to you. But what if the money could come to you in a different way? And what if it was $10 million and not $1 billion? So I don't tend to focus on those amounts and things like that, but I always ask for and invite abundance into my life. And I think that that's so important, because a lot of times we think in terms of scarcity and not abundance. And so scarcity with jobs, scarcity with opportunities, scarcity with, love, scarcity. And so I love inviting, more abundance into my life. And I think that that's a good place to start. So, also too, on my list, people ask me all the time, what do I put on my list? And one of the things I do put on my list is prayers or intentions for other people as well. Like if I know somebody is sick, I'll say, if it's in their highest and truest best, energy to be able to have them to get better, I'll put that on the list. And again, I always thank the angels, the universe, my spirit guides, whoever it is that you'd like to credit with such things. And I'd like to put a thank you on there. But that's going to be on Friday. And so I like to put these videos out a little bit early so that you can start to think about those intentions for that day. This is going to be a bit of a busy week, astrologically speaking, but for sure the sign of Cancer is the most active right now. And what if you're not a Cancer? And you go, well, I don't know if that applies to me. It does. So all of the planets, basically all of the signs, fall on an area in your chart. We call them houses in astrology. And so you'd want to find out where Cancer is in the sign, in your house, like what house it's falling in. For example, if it's the house of self, the first house, that means that you're going to be doing a lot more self-care and self-nurturing, and that's your lesson too, is to learn how to, concentrate on the self. So it would be good for you to look that up or to consult with a professional astrologer in order to know what house or area that the planet of Cancer, the sign of Cancer, is affecting, because that's actually going to give you even deeper knowledge and insight into how this energy over the next month will feel. So I like to say it's sort of like a salmon swimming upstream. You can swim downstream with the flow, or you could swim upstream fighting. And this astrological energy, you want to go with it instead of against it. So this is a week that basically we're talking about lots of new things, manifestations, new moons, and also the beginning of a new season, which is in America, summer. Enjoy!